G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I'm fixing an unusual one here. I'm fixing a weather station that didn't work. It's mine. It wasn't recording rain, wasn't recording humidity. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll get up on the tower and pull it down. And got halfway through it and I thought, gee, you guys might be interested in, yeah, how these things work. Unfortunately, I've got it apart, some of it cleaned, some not. So, yeah, I was just going to show you what I found with it. Now, for the humidity, there's a little sensor here. I'll show you how all this goes together. So you'll sort of see the going together, but not actually the pulling apart. Humidity sensor sits underneath and, of course, connects into a little small printed circuit board. Now, this was absolute chock-a-block with spider web. There was a spider egg actually wrapped around this little sensor. Now that's your humidity sensor. Needs a little bit of attention there, but I don't quite know what to do with that. Yeah, we might just leave him as is. It's just to protect the element inside. Normally, doesn't need much protection until a spider starts building its nest in there. So there you go. That's the humidity sensor. We'll certainly clean this lot up. Okay. So all that needs cleaning and putting together. The rain gauge. Now, the main problem with the rain gauge, we look in there, not much rain gets through there. Now on the other side, you've sort of got a mix of spider webs and little seeds that I'd say have come out of the bum of many, many starlings sitting on top of this and dropped through the centre and clogged this up. And I thought this is an easy fix. I will, this actually turns and lets go. You can't turn it because the little seeds are actually locked in there with a spider web and jamming the damn thing so you can't get it open. So anyway, we'll clean that up. That fixes that bit. This is the bit that records the rain. Now, there was lots of little stones and everything around this as well. Now, I've taken, all this has got to be cleaned up. Okay, it looks pretty grotty. I've taken the bucket off. All it is, the rain comes down here, drips out of the funnel onto a little bucket. There's a magnet here, which there's a little reed switch underneath, which I will show you shortly. Sorry, you couldn't see that. And he just, when he gets full, he tips down, empties the water, comes back up and keeps going. And every time he does that, I think it's 0.3 of a mil with this one. So 0.33, obviously. So there we go. So we've got to clean all this up. The main unit itself, I've taken, yeah, this arm off sort of thing. This where all this plugs in. And we've got a little, which is a bit closer there, a little reed switch here. Now, there he is there. And that's what the magnet goes up against when he's going up and down, and it's yeah, opening and closing the reed switch, which is your counter. The rest of this unit, well, the wind works fine. The wind direction, oh, there goes a screw. The wind direction works fine. There's no problems with either of those. We've got a little daylight sensor there. He's working fine. We've got a little solar panel here, which is actually working fine. A little bit of a spider web in there. We better do something and clean that out. But as for pulling any more apart, I don't think it's necessary. I think that's That's as far as we're going to go. Okay, guys, I thought you may be interested in this anyway, to see what's inside these. If yours is not reading right, reading low on millimetres for your rain, have a look in this bit here. Okay, so as you can see, all these little pellets, they'd be seeds of some description, and we've got lots of starlings around the place here, and yeah, looks like evidence of sitting on the side here and pooing down. I would say it does look, yeah, does look a bit like poo, but then again, it may be just some foreign matter of some description that's found its way in there. Lots of spider webs. Okay, so now we should be able to, and that still won't move sideways. We might have to just wash him as he is. You also, when you put him up, you've got a little level there, which is handy when you're putting him up. Okay, I'll go and clean all this up, and then I'll show you how we put him together. Well, guys, we've cleaned it all up, and it's all looking a little bit better than what it did. Our little bucket works nicely. Now, humidity sensor. I've cleaned him up a little bit. Of course, I don't want actual water in here, but this worries me. This piece of protective, whatever you call it, little bit of, well, I don't know, paper material or something, is, all it does is protect your little sensor in there. Now, you may be able to see him. There he is there. A little humidity sensor. Now, he's falling apart. I think I'm going to take this off. We'll cut him around the bottom there. Well, certainly not cut into the circuit board, because there'd be fairly small tracks on the end of this. So just be careful there. And a good old bit of coffee filter paper. I'm going to, just make up a piece and put over him and hot glue him into position, hot glue the top, and just to protect. This is not doing much. Let's see how we go here. Now, just peel him off down the bottom, and it's just a papery type substrate. That's nothing special to it. And as I said, it's only to protect this little fella from the likes of ants or spiders or anything from getting on the surface. Now, can you see that? There he is. Very small chip. Yeah. We'll clean up around here. I'll get me coffee paper ready and we'll put him on. He's all cleaned up. Let's see how we can make this little fella for him. I'm thinking a couple of centimetres, about that tall, and maybe wrap this fella around a pencil or something like that, and stick him onto one side and glue the top together, and then we can put a little bit of glue around the bottom of him to hold him in place. And I think he'll do the job nicely. Now, down along this edge here, we just need a tiny little bit of some sort of glue just to hold him together, and the same across the top. Now, the glue I'm using, Sally's product here in Australia, just Allfix. It's just a multi-purpose glue, and Just put a little bit on a stick of mine. Running along the bead edge there. Okay, fold him over gently, and boy, he doesn't want to sit there. There we go. Now, just wait until he's dry enough so he doesn't pull apart. And now we'll do the top. And this has to be, all this is doing is making vermin proof. Okay, a little bit more in there, along the top. Okay, squishing together, just like so. So we've got a little sock. And we'll come back when he's dried a bit and ready to put on. Just got to trim him along there a little bit with the scissors. But we'll wait until he's reasonably dry. And of course, with this material, the moisture can easily, get through it. You certainly don't want to put some plastic around this. That would defeat the purpose. Okay, he's dried enough. I've trimmed the top. He's now I'm going to put a little bit more along the top. That's not sealed enough. Right, that's a better seal. Put our little sock over our sensor. Like so. And around the bottom, I'm going to put some glue just to hold him in place right around. There we go. Right, we'll just hold him in place until the glue sets there. And at least he's nice and safe in his little sock, away from especially small spiders and that, which affect it drastically. Okay, there he is. Now, not only can you fix speakers with a little bit of your coffee filter paper, you can also fix humidity sensors. Okay, enough of the rubbish, Baz. Let's get on with it. Okay, let's put this little fella all back together. Now he sits in those. Now there's little spigots either side that this sits in, and that bottom one isn't matching up. There. And then we put, I think these fellas, yeah, which was the top one? Okay. Then this one. And then this one, which is our bottom one. So he looks like so. And then we get our two screws from over the back here, and they go right through. Well, they do. And you can tell by it's the wrong way around because of the way the cable is laying. So turn him around like so. Put him down there, and this cable wants to lay down in the track there. All right. Let's screw him up and get him mounted there. And yes, that's my next door neighbour's dogs going absolutely mad. I don't know why they do that. They do it about 5 times a day. And of course, if you record 5 times a day, that's when it happens. Okay, let's get this thing on. Humidity sensor is all mounted up. Now this little cable comes back here, along here, and he's actually got a little bit of elastic holds him in place. Now we'll have a look at this when we go on a little bit further, because that's where our micro switch is. Okay, let's mount our little rain gauge bucket. It goes on like so, and we'll put his screws in. And this video might be helpful. It might be boring to you guys. It might also be helpful if you've got one of these little. This is only a cheap little unit. I think it was a couple of $100 AU from eBay. But by gee, it's wireless and it does a fantastic job. It is a really nice little piece of gear. Okay, there he is, all mounted up. Next bit is the putting him back in this like so. And now we put our 4 screws in. Okay, on the top here, we can put our funnel back on. Everything's working nicely in there. Now, there's a little arrow. There's a little arrow on him there. The arrow goes to here. You just line him up. You come back here and probably, yeah, you can't see that. And click him into place, like so. All right. Looks a bit better than what it did. Okay, now we've got to mount this fella back on the arm. I'll get some spray, some contact cleaner, and put a little bit of spray on there, just in case you have dirty connections. Okay. There we go. Now, this fella sort of all has to happen at once here. It goes inside this one in a little track inside there. And now our little metal cover goes over that, and it's also got a silicon washer there. And that little fella in there, screw him down, and he holds your little micro switch in there, and our magnet's working nicely. Right, now I want to bring this cable away from our little bucket. Slide him in there like so. And let's put a couple of screws in him to hold him in there. And that just about completes our little fella here. Okay. So on top, let's give this just a little bit of a clean. Looks a bit dirty. We'll clean the solar panel, just a bit of this, and yeah, everything else is going nicely. What I use to clean these sort of things, baby wipes. They're great. Right, giving a little bit of a clean up. Solar panel looks in excellent condition. This thing is about 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. First time it's ever been touched. So yeah, they do weather quite well, especially that solar panel. That's in very, very good order. Yeah, you've got a little bit of glare on it there from the lights, but yeah, he's in good order. In actual fact, it looks the same as when I put it up there. Righto. Now, let's do the honours and go and check and see if this is working okay. See if he's counting millimetres. See if we've got humidity on my little machine. So we'll go mobile with the camera and go into my house and see if he's transmitting. Okay, we're doing wind direction here, which you can see on this fella is actually working as this moves around. So does our little arrow there. So the wind direction is working okay. That's good. Let's give it some wind speed. Let's see how much wind speed we can get out of this at kilometres per hour here. What have we got? We've got to wait about 9 kilometres an hour. We know that's working. Okay, the only other thing now is our rain gauge. Now to make that little bucket move up and down, tip him upside down, back. This is on 7.1, now it's on 7.4. We do another one and it should increase to the next number once it updates. It updates about once every 10 seconds. 7.6. We'll do it once more to make sure. And that should increase up to 7.9 in around 8 millimetres. Yep, 7.9. Our humidity sensor is working. It's on 56%. So this little fella in here is working well. Okay, let's go and put it up. And there he is, guys. Working nicely. Sorry about shaking. I'm not normally used to being this high. Okay, and as you can see, there's those dogs you heard barking. Yeah. Okay, let's go inside, make sure he's transmitting data, and we'll call this video quits. Well, guys, that was one quick video. I just thought you might like something completely different, to coin a phrase. Okay, if you liked it, thumbs up. If you can, please subscribe. If you want to follow me, and hit the bell, and that'll notify you the next video that goes up, which may be something unusual, but yeah, I'm also working on that horrible Breville radio, putting it back in the chassis. Okay, guys, until very soon, the next video. Bye for now.